Hey guys, so I currently needed to continue filming but using a different camera because all my other stuff died. But I think that's what happens when you do things spontaneously, and I'm just kind of going with it to see what happens. I think this one's going to be a pretty quick kind of practice as we're on week 2 of this kind of experimental one that kind of came out on the full moon in Capricorn. What we are going to be continuing talking about in week 2 of this series is what is our expression, like our outward sound or even inward sound become like when we are experiencing pressure. You might feel like you're in a form of a pressure cooker, or even, like you're marinating something really amazing on the inside, but maybe you don't know how to go ahead and put it out there, or you're even like, this actually isn't ready and I'd like it to marinate a little bit more. So I think there is a lot of medicine for all of us to explore in, what do we normally do? What's our kind of like go-to reaction or response when we feel like, oh my god, I need this to like go out. I need this like there's things that are inside that we know are going to come out at one point or another, and everybody has a different, right? So for me, I will be either or. So I'll either be like, oh my god, this thing is so painful inside, I have to like just blurt it out however, so I'll like send a message, or I'll like record a thing, and then I'll feel dumb later because I'm like, I could have just like waited and been grounded about having a conversation or something like that, or it would just get resolved on its own. And then in some cases I just will implode, not say anything, and it's not pretty. We don't like that. We're not supposed to implode or explode. Like, we're supposed to find middle ground, right? You might have your own kind of way that you handle pressure when life inside and out feels loud. Yeah, even I'm like, I need to breathe. Yeah, like, I don't even need to like talk about it that much. I think that we just need to figure out what our expression is. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice a little kind of like breathing, breath. Hi Beanie, you're tickling me with your foot. So I think what we're gonna practice today is a short bit on just grounding within and figuring out, do I need to express in, or is there medicine for me holding? And maybe you'll go between the two and see where your middle ground is. So, like how do we expand our capacity or our bandwidth, right? Oftentimes it can be in either let it go or in holding. So we're somewhere in between. So wherever you are, if you like, you can find a comfortable seat. So we'll start with breathing in and out. You might notice I close my eyes because I just get in the zone. You don't have to. You can be doing your thing. Perhaps if you heard last week, you noticed part of your body that was feeling a very particular way. Perhaps there was a story there. Perhaps it was just a sensation or feeling. And while you're breathing, I'd love to invite you to regardless of that sensation or anything that may have been going on. To start to notice some of the ways that you express when you feel pressure. Is there something that has been coming up for you and you have just felt like, oh my god, I'm keeping this within, I can't put it anywhere out? Or maybe you feel a little bit more frantic and like, kaboom, there it goes. Maybe it already went kaboom, I don't know, not sure. Just ask yourself in this moment, what would it be like to try the opposite? Just feeling into your throat space or anywhere else that may be highlighting for you. You can even place a hand there. And I think we're going to actually toggle between the two kind of spaces. So we'll start with keeping it in. If you're here with me right now, you might feel something bubbling up. Maybe you might want to scream at someone. But I want you to practice breathing with it and just being with it. Notice where it's going in your body, if it's traveling anywhere. I'd love to invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out the nose. Notice the sensations that are traveling through you, and if this feels like it's more comfortable or it's totally uncomfortable for you to go with this. And then next, we're going to immediately go to expression, but maybe you can use words if you'd like, but it may help if you just use gibberish, if you just let the feeling come out rather than, all of the mental jargon that we usually have. So, whatever's in you, I'd love you to breathe into that. Let it out. You might need it to shake your body. Woo. And then just slowing down the movements. I'd love to invite you to take a deep breath in the nose. Out the mouth, let it out with sound. Maybe place the hands somewhere in your body that needs it in this moment. Maybe just noticing your body, maybe rocking it in certain directions. Maybe maybe even placing a hand on the ground, or just finding stillness in your own way. And just notice in this moment which feels like it's more necessary in this moment for you. Do you feel like you need to express, or do you feel like you need to hold for a moment? Whatever it is, it may not be the same as what you usually do. And maybe there's some degree of holding and some degree of expression. And just notice where the medicine may be for you in releasing. And notice where the medicine may be for you if you hold and let the medicine do its work in your body. Sometimes when we have things come up, we try to push them away immediately. Or we'll go ahead and go really hardcore and just keep it completely within, and we won't ever release it. So I would love for you to just shake out a little bit here. Whatever it is, maybe like let it out. Roll the shoulders. We'll take 3 deep breaths together. In and out. In and out. Last one, in and out. And you can open your eyes if you close them. And yeah, just thank you so much for coming by another week. I would love to invite you to just practice, maybe even just a little bit consciously each day. Notice when you start to feel a little intense or pressurized or whatever, may cause heat in your body. And try to notice, like, what do you need? What do you need in that moment? Do you need to take a moment to process, or do you need to go ahead and find a way to decompress it, even if it's through writing, through creative expression, or a conversation? Maybe it just needs to be an inner conversation for a little bit before you go ahead and do anything else. See what that gives you. See what your personal medicine is this week. And maybe you'll notice and learn something about yourself. And on this spontaneous recording adventure, I am going to be recording another bit that we'll get to see next week. We'll have an actual conversation about what it means to show up and expand. And, just pay attention to where your bandwidth, your capacity to be with your life is. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you.